By the way, Bad Larry was the regular season champ on this program, but now it's playoff time. Dylan won 6 units last week. Bad Larry won 2 last week, and Shay lost a unit last week.
I shine
Correct?
in the playoffs, Dan.
Unbelievable.
Yes, you do. We've yet to hear Shay and Irving and his thoughts, opinions, the emotions as the Dallas Cowboys have moved on from Mike McCarthy.
Danny, I listen to the show all week, last couple of weeks. Every day I listen to the show, and your love for the fat man always has confounded me. Borderline Hall of Fame coach, as you say. I think you are so off base here. Okay. And blinded by your love for, I don't know, slow, convalescent
Big boys.
boomers. But it's embarrassing. I think that he has failed up.
There's no love. It's called respect.
Why would you respect a man who has one ring with a 4-time MVP quarterback? Like, why? Why? Chan Gailey, when you get into the NFL, for example, Robert Saleh, he ain't done nothing. He ain't ever done nothing. He followed Brian Kelly from CMU. He's never won anything. He's never done anything. But now he's got an interview with the Cowboys. Why? Because he's got experience as a head coach. Okay, great. Your experience is fucking losing and being a loser. That shouldn't count for shit. I'd rather have.
Well, I don't know why they're interviewing Robert Saleh. That says more about Jerry Jones. Not Mike McCarthy has 11 seasons of 10 or more wins.
One playoff win in 4 years with the Dallas Cowboys. Uno.
How many playoff wins does Mike Tomlin have in Pittsburgh?
That's a completely different story. Mike Tomlin.
No, it's one Super Bowl.
Fire him.
He
I don't
got
care.
one Super Bowl.
Fire him. I don't care about that. But the fact that they replaced the Ginger with somebody who they thought would get playoff wins, and they didn't. He failed again after sitting out a year. Mike McCarthy failed in Green Bay with one of the best quarterbacks of our generation.
Okay, how much do you put that on Aaron Rodgers, who was terrible?
You got to
in
throw
the
some of
postseason?
that on Rodgers.
Oh, come on. Aaron Rodgers was terrible. He had home field advantage in a lot of those games.
He is the only 15-win team to lose in the first round of the playoffs against Sling Blade. That is true. But Mike McCarthy is a mediocre coach, should never sniff Canton, Ohio, and should be marched out of the NFL.
I said borderline. I said, is Sean Payton a Hall of Fame coach?
If he wins in Denver, he will be, yeah.
Well, no. He's got one Super Bowl.
I wouldn't call him a Hall of Fame coach right now. No, absolutely not.
I think. Well, if Mike Tomlin's a Hall of Famer, then Sean Payton.
I don't think Mike Tomlin's a Hall of Famer neither.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
He shouldn't be.
Sustained above averageness, I think, is Mike Tomlin.
But that's my point, is that the sustaining part is just because you've broken into that elusive club. It ain't because you've dominated that club. It's because
Do you want Deion Sanders as your coach? Or
No,
is that good?
Danny.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
No, I don't want it, but I think it's going to happen.
Who do you want?
Ben Johnson.
You don't even know if he can be a head coach.
I don't care. I know Mike McCarthy can't. I know Chan Gailey can't. I know Dave Campo can't. I don't care. Throw the fucking dice. Let it hit the back wall. Let's roll 7.
It speaks more to the Cowboys, I think, being like a death sentence of a job than necessarily the people that they've hired.
Just fat man's dead.
Okay.
Long live.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Fair enough. By the way, congratulations on James Franklin. You all in on James Franklin. Yeah, happy about that. Congratulations. Maybe he can be the next head coach of your Cowboys.
Why not? Him and Sark. Sark plus 900. That'll never happen.
You were always against James Franklin.
Always.
And then you jump on James Franklin, and what happened?
He disappointed me once again. Proved that I was right in my bones. He cornholed me.
It's the battered housewife.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really. I don't know. It's bad. It's bad.
Marvin, is Bad Larry with us?
Here, Dan.
Oh wow.
Where were you?
I was lying in my bed waiting for the call, and I never heard it.
Why are you in bed?
I got a little chill, so I'm just under the covers. Mary Beth's downstairs, and I don't want her to hear the conversation, so I'm just upstairs having my conversation with you guys. I don't know what I missed earlier, but Dylan, fabulous week, my man.
Thank you, Larry. Yeah, I was due for one of those.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything, Larry. We didn't go around the room and vote on whether you should still be on the show. We did not do
That's
that.
fine. That's okay.
Well, it was a majority that they didn't want you on the show anymore, just to let you know.
That's fine.
Okay.
That might work out real well.
Anything recap? Dylan was great. Dylan
almost swept it, Dan.
Yeah, you did. You took the Vikings against the Rams.
Yeah.
You got Notre Dame to win the national title. You could hedge this bet, can't you?
I'm a big hedgings for pussies guy.
Yes.
Yes. So I will probably be I'm way more likely to double down on that than to hedge it. Because does that even really feel great if you win? You hedge out and you're like, all right, cool. Like I made a little bit of money on it.
That's where you don't tell anybody that you did it.
No, you just celebrate the win.
Yeah, you just. Bad Larry, kind of hit or miss there. You didn't have anything really noteworthy, right?
Up 2 units, Dan. Just keep plugging along.
No, I know. That's very impressive.
I got to give a shout out to Ray. I thought I was only up 1 unit. I went 4 and 3, and I said, I think it's only 1 unit, Ray. And he texted me back, "Are you forgetting he had 2 units on Notre Dame?" So I'm a national apology. I was wrong, Ray, and you were right.
That's very big of you.
Thank you, Larry. You can stay now.
Applause there. Bad Larry. New year, new Larry. Let's see. Let's turn our attention to this week. Dylan, you got Notre Dame, Ohio State. You want to start there, national title game?
Yes, Dan. I've got Notre Dame plus 8.5. This does scare me because my initial thought was Ohio State's just going to steamroll them. But after sampling some idiots that I know, it seems the dominant trend is Ohio State. So I'm going to fade all of them. I'm going to rock with Notre Dame. Plus, I could semi-hedge and take Ohio State with the points, but then Ohio State wins by 7 and I lose my future and the game. So, and I'm not going to lay minus 400 on Ohio State money line.
All right, so you got Notre Dame plus 8.5.
Yep, and just a little sprinkle on this one, Dan. Yes to overtime.
Oh,
plus 1,300.
Oh,
some little fireworks at the end of the game. I can see it. I'm picturing it in my head.
How many units are we betting?
Just 1.
Okay. Bad Larry, I can't imagine you'd go against Notre Dame. So what's your
No, and my bet is just Notre Dame money line. I don't even want the points because if they lose and cover, I'll be just as angry as I don't care about the money. So I want Notre Dame money line. I guess I'm getting 3.5 or 4 to 1.
I like it, Larry.
I got plus 285.
What? at 8.5 points?
DraftKings, baby.
They juiced that money line pretty good.
Ray, plus 285?
Plus 285, that is correct.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
All right, I'll take it, I guess.
That's
but holy
rude.
mackerel.
That is rude.
You get dogged on the money lines, dude.
Yeah.
You have to lay 1 to 4 with Ohio State, and then that's all you get for Notre Dame.
Shay, you ready?
Yeah, Buckeyes laying 8.5 against Notre Dame. I think this is reminiscent of USC versus OU in the BCS National Championship game where we want it to be close, but it is a fucking ass whooping.
TCU, Georgia.
Yep.
By the way, we found out, Larry, while we were trying to get a hold of you, that Shay's wife is a fan of you.
Big fan, Larry.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, she thinks you bring a lot of, I don't know, pizzazz?
Wisdom.
Pizzazz? Riz?
Pizzazz?
To the show. Pizzazz, yeah. She's a fan.
Wait. What pizzazz does he bring?
Spunk.
I don't know. Like drunk uncle pizzazz? I don't know, but it's
Drunkle.
she's a fan.
It's like Larry's the best. You guys are so mean to him.
Local vagrant energy.
That's enough, roommate. By the way, Danny, going to the Bahamas next week.
You and
the roommate and a couple other friends. No kids.
Ooh,
Very nice, Jay. Very nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to the Epstein one or
No, that has been
just a few couples. Me,
that
Bill
is off
Gates,
the flight
Trump.
plan. No, but we are going to the same place we went last year when I did all those shrooms and called in. Remember?
That was not good.
I was at a great place, but
there probably isn't a better place to do boomers.
I will say,
down there.
you go to the Bahamas, Danny, as a white man, Marvin.
Yeah.
Earmuffs. You go to the Bahamas as a white man. and hey, welcome to the Bahamas, brother. They just start throwing bags of drugs at you as soon as they see you. Boom, boom. Hey, here's some. Do this, do that.
You think that's every white man or a clear mark? Yourself.
Well, they might see me coming a mile away, but
you forgot to mention that you got off the plane. It was like, who has cocaine here?
So it'll be a struggle for me this year, is all I'm saying. So it'll be a real
Marvin.
benefit.
Yes, Marvin.
You could replace Bahamas with the world.
Fair. Yeah. I always used
We
to.
said as a white man, I was like, okay.
Yeah, actually, walking around Europe, it's not that much different.
I used
either.
to brag about how I could score like anywhere in the world, but really, if you're a drug dealer and you see me walking down the avenue, I mean that's a customer right there.
Yeah,
somebody.
they've done business long enough to know.
That is a mark.
Not only is he a customer, he's probably a repeat customer.
He'll be here tomorrow, 8 a.m.
He'll be here in 3 hours.
Mon. Dylan, you ready?
Yep.
NFL,
Dan, I got the Texans plus 8.5 against the Chiefs. This is another one that scares me, but I know Chiefs coming off a bye. They have been pretty unable to cover a spread, particularly a large one this year. And the Texans they live at home at 4:30 on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've got the Lions minus the 9.5 against the Commanders. Commanders been a nice story, but I think the Lions blow them out. And then Eagles minus 6 against the Rams. I didn't really know what to do with this one, but I feel like the Rams with 6 points is going to be a popular pick after last week beating the Vikings team that turned out to be pretty shitty. And then Ravens minus the 1.5 in Buffalo. This one I feel like could be flip-flopped, but the Ravens dunked on the Bills earlier this season, so I think they're a problem for them.
Okay. Bad Larry.
All right, I like Dylan's analogies there. I took
Thank you,
the
Larry.
over.
I think
there an
it's his
analogy?
analysis. I think
I don't think there was an
They
analysis.
both have anal.
Well, the Kansas City can't score. I was thinking about taking Houston also, but I just said, you know what? I'm going to take the over in that game. So Houston,
but
Kansas City,
it's analysis.
Houston
Larry.
is the Texas.
analysis, whatever.
Kansas City is.
Saquon, we don't care.
Never mind. You were on a roll.
I actually do think Shaquan's a cooler sounding name.
Shaquan's better. Yeah.
Okay. So Texans Chiefs.
Kansas City, over 41.5.
Oh no, you got a bad phone connection.
Same phone we've always used. Detroit minus 9.5 over Washington. Over, you guys still there?
Yeah.
Over.
We're here.
Over Philly, the Philly Rams game, over 44. And I had the Bills
43.5.
plus the 1.5. Thank you, Dan.
43.5. Yeah.
43.5. And then I had the Bills plus the 1.5 against the Ravens. All one units, Ray.
Okay. And that leads us to Club Shay.
Yeah. D-Rock City, Redskins under 55.5. Bills plus 1.5 against Heroin Town. And then I got Stroud plus 8.5 against the ambiguously.
Wait, Baltimore is heroin town?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
In the
everything
wire?
down.
Yeah. Junk everywhere, Danny.
Okay.
Heron. They call it Heron there.
They do?
Yeah,
Heron.
Heron. Yeah, you can score
Heron.
easy. Balmer.
Texans plus 8.5 against Chiefs, right? Yeah. All right. Dylan, did you want to bet on darts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Bahrain Darts Masters is this weekend, Dan. And my favorite darts player is Peter Snakebite Wright, which you've probably seen a picture of him.
I've seen the side of his head.
Yeah, he's got that
That's,
viper,
yes, he's got a snake tattooed on the side of his head.
the rainbow mohawk.
Yeah.
But he's plus
But he's
1,800.
good.
Yeah.
Is he good, or is he just, hey, I'll get a lot of attention if I put a tattoo of a snake?
He ain't great.
He's all right. I think there's some young talent in the mix that he's been at it for a while, so he's probably lost a little bit of his touch. But 18 to 1.
Well, what
man.
about that? What about that 17-year-old?
That's Luke Littler, right? Yeah. Can't even go to a bar for another 4 years.
Can't even buy a hooker.
Well, probably could actually.
No, legally. I mean, in Europe, you cannot
yeah.
buy a hooker legally. You'd have to go in the dark web, find a girl. From what I hear, I don't know.
You mean like here?
Never heard of that. Nope.
Okay.
So he's
Yeah,
18 to 1, Dan, to win it all.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's in this. Oh, okay. Yeah, that dude finished runner-up at 16 years of age, and then he won the dart championship at 17.
How do you think he got into dart? Like, at what age was he like? His parents were like, "Here's a dartboard."
That dude grew up at a bar.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, in England, right? Yeah, he just lived in a behind the bar in a
Well,
pub.
but if you go, there are certain places like Ireland, you go into a bar on a Sunday night, the parents are at the bar, and the kids are running around behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, utopia.
Yeah, so you bring the family there, and then parents sit at the bar, and the kids are just running around.
Yeah, here
Maybe
it's like
he was
after
playing dart.
3:30, they're like, no kids in the bar.
No, I don't think so.
No, in like America.
I remember. Oh, in America, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember sitting at the bar with my dad when I was young.
Yeah. Yeah. Got some bar stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better time, you know.
Yeah.
That's when America was great, right, Danny?
That's when you can have fun.
Bring back kids at bars.
I was going to say, don't worry. We got 4 days.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk into a bar, it's gonna be 6-year-olds everywhere.
I think that's it. Shay and Irving podcast. Seems like you and your wife are doing really well. She listens to the podcast. Give her a shout out there.
Yeah, we do have an upcoming episode, Danny, where the roommate and Shay are going to face off and take questions from the crowd and live call-ins on relationships.
So this isn't
advice.
like Skip Bayless with his wife on their podcast that they opened up their show to questions from the audience. It didn't go well.
I didn't know that. No,
you
I had
could-
no idea.
Is there any way
Yeah,
for that to go well?
Now, considering this, what's been going on.
I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Well, that they didn't. They didn't take all the questions. Like they chose which
They
questions
filtered
to
them?
take.
Oh, we're not filtering nothing, Danny.
Just as they come
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, so we're going to have a
What's the hotline that you guys use?
we'll have a number set up. Don't worry. Have no fear. But it'll be coming
okay.
up, Danny.
So you're not taking phone. You're taking phone calls, not just I'm going to submit an email or
Live calls, too.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you can call in, Danny.
That whole area on the phone's gonna be backed up. How many lines you gonna need? 20 lines going.
It'll be the roommate's debut.
Well, people will love her.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they'll love her. They'll be like, man, you're lucky to have her. What's
Yeah,
your problem?
What do you do with that loser?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you with him?
Fucking dork.
It could be the key to figuring out everything though. Maybe in
Yeah.
this you guys realize like, wow, we really are just so perfect for each other and shit.
Okay. All right. That's enough.
But you're doing great. You're
Yeah.
going on another vacation.
Happy, healthy, going to the pajamas. Gonna figure out how to do it sober.
kids?
No kids coming. I don't know who's watching them, but I'm sure I'll be paying through the goddamn nose. So, yeah.
But you'll stay sober.
I'll stay sober, yeah. I'm going to the beach, Danny. I'm going to hang out, drink some virgin beanie coladas, hang out in the pool. We got pink
What about
sand beaches.
mushrooms?
Apparently, I'm not allowed to do those. Like, we'll see. Like, the roommate, you get her on a beach, you get her a couple of drinks,
Those are therapeutic though.
Yeah, rules change. She's like, maybe you should. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
maybe you should get fucking wasted right now.
We should just do drugs. One of us. We'll see.
Well, thanks for joining us on Dan Patrick Takes a Gamble. Shay and Irving podcast, wherever you get your podcast. So for Ray, the producer, for Dylan, the graphics guy, Marvin, who has to put up with this, Shay, and of course, Bad Larry under covers in
Seagert.
at the Jersey Shore. At the Jersey Shore. Get off the exit and just ask where Bad Larry lives, and they would. What exit? 89?
98.
98. 98.
Take a right and then right under the covers.
Wait, everybody in bed with Bad Larry. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and until next week, we'll talk to you then.